Before we get to our next topic, we need to announce Habemus Papam. We have a new pope, and it is the first American pope. It was Cardinal Robert Prevost of Chicago. He is taking the name Pope Leo the 14th. We'll find out more about him as we go on. But I will point out, as someone posted, as Aaron Reichland Melnick posted on Blue Sky, Cardinal Prevost posted 5 times on Twitter in 2025. One was a criticism of J.D. Vance's views on Catholicism. He said that Jesus doesn't ask us to rank our love for others. One was posting a link to an article that opposed Trump's immigration policies. And one was he retweeted a criticism of Trump and Salvadoran President Bukele's laughter about Garcia. So cautious optimism, maybe, Daniel?
I mean, look, I'm not a Catholic, but I hope that this pope follows in the same footpath as the prior, who was expanding the church to embrace LGBTQ plus Catholics, who was on the side of being a humanitarian, and calling into question how we are not valuing the lives of the children of Gaza, and so forth and so on. So we will see. Exciting news. Congratulations to the Catholics in this country and around the world on your new pope.
Danielle, you started off by saying you weren't a Catholic, but I don't think that matters. I think, and look, I'm basing this, I think you can be an expert on the Pope without being a Catholic. I say this because President Trump's new
You're
nominee
right.
to be our Surgeon General
Uh,
uh, is not someone who has, what do you call it, a medical license.
I was gonna say, what's the tip of my tongue?
Casey Means, not to be confused with former NASCAR driver Casey Mears. That may be
No
just
one would confuse them.
I was doing that, okay? Casey Means is a conspiracy theorist. She is one of these Maha Make America Healthy Again wellness influencers.
Mm,
And she has no medical license. She went to Stanford Medical School, but she quit during her residency
mhm.
after graduating from medical school. She quit her ear, nose, and throat residency, and so she never got a medical license. And she is someone who Donald Trump thinks should be our next Surgeon General, Danielle.
Make America healthy again. A tagline coming from a man that eats nothing but fast food and drinks full Coca-Cola, like, is laughable at best. Also coming from a party that tried to trash Michelle Obama for wanting your kids to have healthy lunches and not have pink slime in the place of meat. But do you remember when Sarah Palin went on Fox News and said that Michelle Obama was trying to steal your kids' desserts at the
Uh-huh.
height of our obesity crisis? So, yeah, miss me with the bullshit. But nonetheless, it makes absolute sense. Donald Trump, all of his picks come from a lineup at Fox. You should have stayed, Andy. You could have been the head of communications. Like,
I
you know
know.
what I'm saying?
I
Like,
know.
everybody is coming from the Fox ecosystem. So, had you stayed, I mean, you could have had, I mean, what am I saying? Communications. You could have been, Secretary of Defense.
Yeah.
You could have had your pick. You could have been an ambassador, roll the globe and pick your favorite country at this point. Um, but I mean, it is wildly obscene that the people that are in charge of the health and well-being of 330 million Americans, neither one of them have medical degrees. Neither one. RFK Jr. and now this Surgeon General. And I'm like, do any of these positions require you to have any prior experience? Like, it's like, on LinkedIn, when you are going to look for a job, it says at least 5 years experience, 10 years experience. You would have thought that to be a secretary of any agency or to lead, be the surgeon general, that you would need to have basic requirements like be a doctor. But all you have to do is pour some flattery on Donald Trump and you can get whatever job you want. And just so people know that Donald Trump's initial choice for the Surgeon General position was an actual doctor, but guess who didn't like her? Laura Loomer. And guess who was at the White House this week whispering into Donald Trump's ear? Laura Loomer. Guess who walked out of the White House and then guess who went on Truth Social and named a new Surgeon General from the one that he had named in November? I don't know what Laura Loomer got going on. I don't know what kind of little magic she's sprinkling over there on top of Donald Trump's fries, but seems to be working because she got more sway than anybody else in his little orbit, and she doesn't even have an official title. I'm sure she has a title inside the White House, but it's unofficial. You know what I'm saying?
Although we should point out though that Loomer is apparently not a fan of Casey Means either. She posted Maha is literally being taken over by Marxists and grifters. The entire Maha movement is being taken over by Marxist Trump haters. It's a full-fledged vetting crisis. So, whatever she did in that meeting with Trump, I guess it wasn't great. It was good enough to get rid of the previous nominee, but not enough to prevent him from nominating someone else she doesn't like. Or maybe he just wants to make sure that she has to come back to
Ah,
yell at him again about this nominee, and then he'll replace her. Um, it's just it is unreal the amount of grifting and these damn uh wellness influencers who have done just unbelievable damage to this country. And Means has a sister named Callie, who is a close advisor to RFK Jr. And uh an interesting twist, Nicole Shanahan, who you may remember as RFK's running mate during his brief time as a presidential candidate, uh, she is pissed off about Means being nominated, and she tweeted, "It doesn't make any sense. I was promised that if I supported RFK Jr. in his Senate confirmation, that neither of these siblings, the Means sisters, would be working under HHS or in an appointment, and that people much more qualified will be." And she goes on to say she doesn't know if RFK lied to her or if someone has gotten to him. So it is bizarre that we're now seeing all this infighting from these from these Maha freaks. But the bottom line is that this person is completely unqualified to be Surgeon
correct.
General. This person is completely unqualified to be giving medical advice to anyone or setting any kind of medical policy. But as you said, Danielle, this is of a piece with RFK Jr., who is, also those things. So, we'll see. I am hoping that no Democrats vote to confirm her, but
I mean,
I'm not holding my breath, but I'm hoping.
don't hold your breath because I don't want you to pass out.
I
But,
appreciate that.
nonetheless, good luck, America. Like, good luck with your
Seriously.
health. You're pretty much just like in the Cracker Jack box right now,
Yeah. Yeah.
rolling the dice on our health or just picking out whatever, whatever comes. Just, yeah, good luck.